Welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Mel Fair, and we're so excited to be bringing this to you live. The 30th Annual Licensing International Expo. Incredible opportunity to see some of the biggest and the best doing what they do best, and that's putting their brands out there. Our next guest is Mr. Travis Rutherford from the Rutherford James Group, CEO, the man who runs the show. Thank you so much for being with us and taking the time. Expo 2010, what are you excited about? What do you want the world to know about in terms of your brands and properties?
Well, I think the first big news for us is really being a participant at the show for the first time as a brand licensing agency and consulting company. And we brought 4 or 5 of our key clients to the show, and we're showcasing those brands here, and we're getting phenomenal response so far in the different market segments.
Talk to us about the brand that you're most excited about.
We've got a very diversified portfolio from home furnishings, a client by the name of Claire Murray, who was Designer of the Year award and started in the rug business and extended all of her core categories across all the home furnishings business, launched retail stores, and we're looking to extend her business, and the response so far to that has been great in their respective niches. We're launching a brand new infant toddler business called Three Little Sheep, which is a brand from Canada, which is just truly phenomenal. And the response in the appropriate kids categories and apparel and accessories, bedding and room decor has been great. So one day under our belt, and we're still looking for those new partners.
Excellent.
And probably some of the biggest news is we've taken on an entertainment client, and I'm working on all the early long lead licensing and all the promotional partners for a film called Dorothy of Oz, which is a 2012 animated feature film.
Coming to a theater near you.
Exactly,
Don't miss it.
exactly. And lining up all the master toy deals and the publishing deals and the video game licenses. And it's the follow-on story from The Wizard of Oz, told in 3D animation with a stellar cast with Leah Michele and Martin Short and Jim Belushi and Dan Aykroyd and Kelsey Grammer as voice talent. So we're very fortunate to be associated with that, and that's been kept me busy all day yesterday. So good start to the business.
Well, again, we appreciate you taking the time to sit down with us. Licensing Expo, you said it's the first time that you've actually come. What's the goal? What do you hope to achieve by coming to an event such as this?
Well, as an independent licensing consulting firm, it's all about brand awareness and about market awareness. If you're not here, you're sort of obvious by default. And I think some of the things that this market needs is awareness that there's other solutions out there, not just the big agencies or the independent guys, but those moderate-sized organizations like ourselves that specialize in both brand and entertainment and truly provide consulting services to the industry, whether it be licensees looking to acquire properties and brands or licensors looking to monetize their assets. And we provide both sides of the equation. And we felt that this was critical mass, that we had to be here. The client base demanded it, and we're here to showcase those brands and properties to garner excitement and also build the profile of the Rutherford James Group, because this is a company that's been in existence for 2 years, and we built a nice business in 2 years, but we're looking to accelerate that growth exponentially going forward.
Excellent. So a new player to the block with a bunch of behemoths. Everywhere you look are familiar names. Obviously, you're not doing this to be second string. You want to be on the top of the hill. What's the philosophy? How are you going to get there?
Our philosophy really comes from, we're a family-run business for a start. So my partner and chairman of the company, Glenn Rutherford, is my father, and he's been in the licensing business for 40 years. So we're not new at this game. I've got 20 years of experience in entertainment, so we brought those two disciplines together as the core foundation. We've just opened an office in Dubai and put a general manager in region for boots on the ground in the Middle East. And we've got offices in Colorado and Los Angeles. So we're approaching this strategically. We're aligning ourselves with international partners in each key other region so that we can provide global solutions. But really the key goal is to, at its foundation, find the right partnerships, validate those opportunities, do the market research, provide the right strategic direction, and be a part of the client's business for the long term. We're not the parachute in guys, do a deal and get the hell out of the way. We stay attached to those businesses for quite some time.
Relationships. It's all about relationships.
100%.
It really doesn't matter what you do in life. It comes down to the relationships. Talk to us about the relationships that the Rutherford Group is coming here to Las Vegas to find.
Well, we're looking for those partners that share the same philosophy with our principal or our client. that's really the foundation of where our company stems from. You know, we've spent so much time in this industry making sure that the licensees and the licensors share the same strategic vision from day one, because they're getting married long term. You know? And our goal, when somebody says, what do you do? I say, I'm a marriage broker. But first of all, we got to find the right date, and you got to make sure that their goals and their visions and their themes all align, because you're putting that relationship into play for a long period of time. And that's where the success of the foundation of the firm has come from. And working with some of the biggest brands out there. Now we've got our own shingle. It's a different business model, of course, and it's not the high-paid corporate executive position that I came from for the last 20 years, but different challenges. But it's all about, as you said, relationships, and it's finding the right mix of personality, capability, and structure, and vision that is shared between those two parties.
Talk to us about the live stream we're doing now and global marketing in general, mobile apps, all the different ways you can go in a digital world that we live in now. Talk to us about the importance of that and how you plan at the Rutherford James Group, I apologize I misspoke earlier, at the Rutherford James Group of attacking that.
I was actually one of the biggest supporters of making sure that this actual whole experience occurred at the show this year, and worked extensively with Avonstar to make that happen.
My wife and children thank you as well.
You're very welcome. And I think it's a wonderful medium to be able to get the word and the messaging of what licensing is out to a broader audience that in some respects I feel we're somewhat insulated in the broader marketplace. So licensing is a really great tool set to help expand brands. And I don't think there's enough credibility in the global market that understands how it works. So this sort of a tool is great. Social media, the Facebooks, all the apps, the mobile applications, they all are going to play a significant role going forward in helping to promote IP, companies, licensees, businesses, and licensing agencies in general. We actually committed resources and investment dollars to build a multimedia news site specifically for this event. We have a booth here, we're on site, we're meeting with licensees and partners, but the rest of the media world needs to know who we are and what we're doing and what we're all about. And we've invested those funds to do that. So 100% you're preaching to the choir.
Awesome. Dubai. That's an interesting location. Why Dubai? And what kind of challenges are created by working in a place like Dubai as opposed to anywhere else? And opportunities for that matter.
Dubai's gone through an interesting challenge in the last few years with the market crunch and the capital constraints, but it's still a growth opportunity in that region. We specifically chose Dubai for its hub in its trading, in its retail base, and really we have a longtime business associate based there on the ground. Kerry Chandler is a phenomenal general manager in region, and she's building an infrastructure to handle our client business in that territory. Boots on the ground there is critical because of the relationships. You don't necessarily need to be a local, but you need to have the access to the decision makers at the top, and that's what it's all about. Trying to parachute in from Los Angeles just doesn't work.
Travis Rutherford from the Rutherford James Group, thank you for taking the time. Thank you for being supportive of what we're trying to do here, because at the end of the day, it's getting the brand out there, it's getting the property out there, and this is just another avenue to do that.
Absolutely.
We wish you all the best,
Thank
and
you.
I'm sure you're going to do great.
Thanks
for taking the time to be with us. You bet.
Pleasure. Thank you.
There you go, Travis Rutherford from the Rutherford James Group. We've got a lot more to bring you, a lot of big names from the industry. I'm looking around here, I see Disney, I see Hasbro, Scholastic, Skechers, we already spoke with them. Phenomenal convention under one roof, 400,000 square feet, and it's all under one roof. Incredible. If you can't make it this year, you got to make it next year. It's a great place to be. Stay with us, we'll be right back.